TJ Legacy, host of the Soapboxx Podcast. The live stream will start shortly, but make sure you like our Facebook page, follow us on Instagram, and tell all of your friends and family that the most infamous podcast on all your streaming services is about to go live.
TJ, what's goody? It's HB. Can I just big you up real quick with what you're doing with the Soapboxx? Listen, anytime somebody takes their platform to educate and inform the culture of hip-hop with politics, pop culture, doing what you're doing and being responsible with your platform, I can't do nothing but salute you, TJ. Keep doing what it do. Keep repping for the culture. Nothing but love and respect for me, baby. Peace.
Tell me what's really good. It's Peter Rosenberg, Hot 97, ESPN, WWE, Cheap Heat Podcast, all that. Big shout out to my peoples over at the Soapboxx, all right? My man TJ, Legacy Cole, the whole Soapboxx crew. Incredible new podcast, all right? Politics, pop culture, hip-hop, even wrestling on occasion. It's all there. So go subscribe and make sure you tune in to the Soapboxx. TJ, what up, man? Appreciate you.
Peace to the planet. Charlemagne the God here. What's happening, TJ Legacy Cole? Salute to you, King. Salute to the Soapboxx Podcast. The Soapboxx Podcast is an independent black media podcast, and they talk hip-hop, politics, pop culture, mental health, social justice, a lot of my favorite subjects. Check them out, man. Tune in, subscribe to them. You never know. I'm out here looking at all the different podcasts that are moving and shaking out here, because, I got the Black Effect Podcast Network, so I'm going to be checking y'all out, TJ. All right? Keep working.
Hey, appreciate y'all. Hey, welcome to the Soapboxx Podcast. I'm your host, TJ Legacy, and we are 3/4 of the podcast, 3/4 of the podcast. Hey, there she is. Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Soapboxx Podcast, and let's make it do what it do. Let's start it off straight. Let's start it off right. All the way from Tallahassee in the Cougar hat. We got Just Giovanni. What's up, Just Giovanni? Living her best life. What's up?
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up, Soapboxx Nation? Sending my my hellos from Tallahassee.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And Lady of the North, what's going on? Jesse, what's popping?
What's popping? Was good. How you doing? First of all, before we even start, it would be wrong of me if I didn't shout out my girl Jay, because her birthday was Saturday. There we go. Yup.
Thank you, girl. Thank you.
So, did you do anything crazy or fun?
You know what? I'm going to Vegas, I think, like in August, so I'm gonna save the crazy for then.
I like that.
As far as just having
everybody's going to Vegas.
I hung out. I had a good time. I went to Atlanta, Georgia, and I just had a good time. I mean, it's like places to go all over Atlanta. So I was just eating a lot of food and going to rooftop parties.
Hey, that sounds lit. And you looking good, better than ever, aging fine, like.
Hey, shout out to Soapboxx Nation. Sean McClay told Giovanni happy 22nd birthday.
Yes.
But he also said he'll be in Vegas next week. So I'll let you. Appreciate the support. Oh, can't forget about my man 50 Grand. What's going on, Alan York?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. I got a little rosé in the cup. Today I am the Rosé Ranger. Address me as such, the Rosé Ranger. I'm glad to be here, man. Glad to see my guy. Glad to see the ladies. Of course, happy belated once again to Giovanni. She got the jewels on. You know what I'm saying? I know that good. She got the jewels around the neck.
Birthday presents be like.
PJ, how you feeling, man? How's everything up around your way? How's that?
Hey, man, I'm about 3/4 into this cup of wine, so we'll see how I am by the end of the show. I'm good. I'm straight, man. Life is life, but I do got my Kang shirt on because I'm feeling powerful today. So it's.
I don't know. Did y'all see? TJ took his shirt off for the gram today. I guess he's watching this.
You took your shirt off for the gram.
I'm sorry. I mean, there was no nipple exposure, but it was like the shirt, like he cut it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's only 45% of the shirt. that currently exists, and
Wow.
sprayed a little oil.
Very interesting.
Sprayed a little oil on the shoulders and all that, and he posted it on the gram.
Scotty.
I'm just letting y'all know what's going on. I'm just reporting.
He was posting thirst traps.
Mm-hmm. Flexing and all that, and the Planet Fitness grunting and shit. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to.
So he had the Hoochie Poppy shirt on.
Ooh.
Listen. Okay, let me tell you something. First of all, it wasn't oil; it was actual sweat. I got it in because if you have a lot of feelings, you lift a lot of weights, and I have a lot of feelings.
They say sweat is nature's oil.
Yes, exactly. But yes, I did.
I made that up. They don't say that. I just said that.
I was just going along with it. So, but I did post a progression picture, as we will say.
That's what we're calling
on the gram and on Facebook. Shout out to everybody who's actually been really nice and giving me compliments and commenting. I appreciate that on my progress and on my continued weight loss journey. It's just weird because when you have body dysmorphia, you don't see what everybody else sees. So like I still see myself as the same size as I was before, but which is ironic because when I was bigger, you couldn't tell me I was damn sexy at all. Like you could not tell me I did not have abs and look fucking fantastic. I was like, what the fuck is the problem? What is the fucking problem out here? But now it's like people are like, wow, you getting big, and I'm like, I can't really see it, but and I just want to tell some of the dudes that are been hitting me up. 1 heart is enough. Like I get it. 2 hearts make me very uncomfortable. But when you keep hitting the heart thing and it's 5,
cut it out, TJ.
Wait.
It's very uncomfortable. So thank you. What?
How do you know that? I don't get it. How do you know there's like a heart-o-meter? How do you know someone taps it 5 times?
Facebook. When you put on the Facebook story, you can hit. It shows you how many hearts. Like somebody can hit it multiple times.
Oh,
the ladies that do it.
See, I didn't know. I thought Facebook just does that. Like you tap it one time and it's just like a trickle down effect.
Nah. The ladies when they do it, I'm cool with it. Like it's good. I'm like, oh, okay, and then you get a little comment, hey, you look good, blah blah blah. People, leave some comments, whatever. I won't disclose because I don't, tell all the business. Yeah, I don't tell all the business. But yeah, some of the dudes like, I'm like, but
they're just trying to tell you that you look great, TJ, and you're there.
Yes, I appreciate it.
No, but I understand because it does get a little awkward. Like I never know how to respond to somebody who's married and they're commenting on my pictures or doing the most.
Don't respond.
Stuff. Like I don't, but it is just
weird.
Yeah, you just like I don't know if it's social media culture now where it's just like men are. It's not necessarily like they're trying to get with you. It's just like, dang, this is a beautiful person on my feed, and I'm finna like it. Like, what's the whole point of me being a man and having a social media if I can't like what I like? So that's kind of what I'm thinking. I just be thinking like, if you're on social media, you're gonna come across nice-looking men, women, whatever, play toys, all type of stuff, and it's just like, what else you like? What you want it for? If you want it for.
You say men, women, and play toys.
I didn't say nothing about naked women.
You said men, women, and play toys.
Huh?
You said men, women, and play toys.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What constitutes somebody being a play toy?
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, just stuff that'll pop up on your feed. Maybe.
Okay. Okay. All right. No, but I definitely comment. I mean, look, that's why I don't believe in single or in a relationship, damn well even married. Like I believe in available, unavailable, because you got a lot of single people who are just unavailable, and you have a lot of people that's in relationships or that are married, and you giving off that available energy. And so there's a lot of available energy, let's say, in the congregation, in the spirit today, that I've been receiving, and some that I really rather not have received. But yes, but nonetheless, thank you for everybody that supported.
Can you expound on available? Can you expound on available energy, please?
Yeah, if you're available, it's like you're giving off vibes like, hey, I'm with this person, but either my money changes and I'm gonna be out, or if there's somebody else who's more attractive, I don't mind stepping out as well. And so it's a look. Like, I think y'all asked me, who was it, like last week or something like that? I think I said it on the podcast. Like, one of the worst things about going to the gym is like you're in the gym and you'll see a dude with his girl working out, which is good. It's a beautiful thing. Y'all invested in each other. But then when you're working out, you'll see her. She'll kind of give you those like bedroom eyes, and he's not looking. And so, like, she's giving off vibes that, if this nigga wasn't here.
But does that create trust issues?
Hell yeah. It's very uncomfortable. Used to be uncomfortable. It's not so uncomfortable anymore. Like, if it's uncomfortable because it's like, I know, like, I feel bad for the dude. But dudes are dumb anyway. We're dumb, Alan. We're dumb. I will say this on the podcast. I think it's the first time.
Wow.
We are very dumb when it comes to being naive about the things of the person that we're with. Like, all dudes think cheating or their girls having eyes for other people. Like, oh no, never, man. But we think like, yo, like, come on, man.
Or maybe she's just nice and like,
bullshit. There's a difference between looking and having bedroom eyes. Like,
I wouldn't know. But going back to what you said, Jay.
No, I'm not. You know what? No, I'm not letting you get away with that. You're a goddamn liar, just say. Talking about I wouldn't know. There's no halo over your head. There is no goddamn halo over your head.
I don't have bedroom eyes for anyone who's not my person, so I wouldn't know.
Hello.
I can see your halo.
Alan, can't comment. Alan, follow up, please. Please. I can't. We just said.
But what I'm saying, if you just remove that situation, is there like if we remove the person situation and create a completely neutral ground, just say there is like an interesting eye, a friendly eye.
There is, but if you're with your girl, I'm not gonna be disrespectful and give you them eyes. Like, I'll give myself those eyes in my mind. But I'm not going to give them, yeah, but I'm not going to give it to him because that's so disrespectful to the person that he's with. And I know that if a girl was doing that to my person,
they do.
I mean, I would feel some type of way. Exactly. So I would feel some type of way. So I would never do something to somebody that I would hate if somebody did it to me. So I definitely don't be giving bedroom eyes to people who are in relationships. And I definitely don't give bedroom eyes if I'm in a relationship, period. You know what? But if I'm not in a relationship, then that's completely different. Yeah, I do. I'm very flirtatious, but not to someone who's in a relationship.
You know what?
Unless it's like Drake.
It don't matter who you with, baby. There's always a caveat of you counting the risk and the reward.
That's completely different.
I'm going to say something that not a lot of people say. You don't care, and neither should you, because it's not your business. It's your relationship. It's your person. So if your person is giving bedroom eyes or getting bedroom eyes, it's whether or not they are reacting to it. But if you're sitting there and someone's giving you bedroom eyes, yeah, you could be like, I feel bad. But guess what? That is your partner. That ain't got shit to do with me.
Unless it's Drake, like I said.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
That ain't got nothing to do with me. Like, people, like, man, please. I don't know what's going on in that relationship. Maybe she wants a way out. Maybe I am, and her about it, maybe I am the Harriet Tubman to her way of getting out of this relationship. Maybe I'm her North Star. How about that? Maybe she's trying to find a way out.
Wow.
You ever think about that?
Yeah.
Absolutely. But you gotta know, like.
Right. Exactly. If she's giving you bedroom eyes, she might want a way out, because no woman who is truly happy with her man is going to be giving any other man bedroom eyes. And I stand by that.
Wait, unless it's Drake, though.
Unless it's Drake. Yeah, that's different.
That might be the name of this episode, unless it's Drake.
That's bullshit. Impossible. That's bullshit. I don't agree with that, just say. I don't believe that. I believe everybody has wandering eyes.
Giovanni, who is your Drake?
Who is my Drake? I think I've always had an eye for I think it's Tamara's husband.
Oh, it's not Omari. Is that his name? Omari?
Is it Omari?
Something with the H. I don't know. No, the black one. Tamara. Yeah. No, Tia's with the black.
Oh, is it Tia's husband?
Yeah. Tamara's with the Caucasian. And Tia's with the African American.
I know who you're talking. His name's Corey.
Corey. What did I say?
Omari. Corey.
No, that's your
person.
That's your person, Jess. That's your person, Jess. Hey, we talk about Giovanni right now.
Sorry about that. Yeah, Corey Hardrick. Yep.
I think he is a very attractive man.
See, I like that. I can see that. He's very normal. He's a family man. You know, he ain't a thotty out here that's like, ooh, I want to be next. Look at this one. Look at this one. Look at her.
Like Michael B. Jordan. He's not. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I think Michael B. Jordan is very attractive, but he's not really my type. But if he were to approach me, he would be my type. But he's not really my type. But I love the way he is with Lori. Like that makes him my type. Is the way he is with her. Like, I don't know, it's just so cute.
It's okay. That's okay. Michael B. Jordan will be out here in them hoochie coochie shorts this one of these summers. He'll figure it out.
Jesus.
You think Lori?
He'll get rid of Lori.
I think he's gonna propose to her.
That would be the stupidest thing he's ever done.
Wow.
So you think Lori is not a relationship type person?
Lori Harvey dated. Let me stop y'all. All right, because I've been drinking. I'm good. All right, let me tell y'all something.
Let me get some more rosé.
Alan, I don't want any of your witchcraft right now. I need you to sit back and let me go. Okay. Lori Harvey dated a father and a son.
So
what?
She's looking for love.
Stop it.
You ever heard of that saying, looking for love in the wrong places? First of all, let's not act like we're all perfect when looking for love. And let's not act like we do stupid stuff when we're in love.
No, wait a minute. Lori Harvey dated a father and a son. When dudes are looking at who they want in a value situation when it comes to a mate, you dated a father and a son, which means your values as a person is piss poor.
Okay, Kevin Samuels, rest in peace.
I disagree.
That's piss poor. Hell yeah, that's piss poor. Why would you?
I don't know if it's piss poor. I think that she grew up privileged. She grew up to do what she wanted to do, and as an adult, she interpreted that
and
like
that's the problem.
It doesn't matter who I hurt. This is what I want to do.
And those are not intangible traits of somebody that you want to marry.
But maybe in the celebrity world it is. Like maybe it's
right. Yes, that's a different type of world.
To do what he's doing right now is perfectly fine. Take pictures, go work out, go do what you got to do. Be with Lori Harvey, have some fun. She's an attractive woman. Have some great sex. Have some trips. Do a little sea turtle thing.
But just know she will take your daddy too. Just know that.
But maybe
Michael
B. Jordan was able to get a different side out of her. He saw the real her, and they connected on a different type of level. And he saw something that no one else saw, or she saw something that no one else seen, and they just meshed. They're soulmates.
Let's go to Soapboxx.
I agree with what Jesse is saying. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, she will date your father. So
yes, exactly.
With that, then hey,
let's go to Soapboxx Nations. Shout out to Chris.
Jay, I see what you did there.
In fake relationships to keep them mass entertained, anyways. I believe so too, and that's why I didn't think Lori Harvey and what's his?
No, they're
real. I didn't think
they're a real relationship.
I didn't think so.
You thought that she was. You thought she wasn't really in a relationship with Diddy?
Yeah. Oh
no, with Michael B. Jordan, I was like, it ain't possible because he can get other women besides her.
Listen.
Like,
I agree with that.
Nobody wants a wife to pass around. If you want to be a pass around, that's fine.
Well, maybe he felt like, dang, she dated the Puff family, the Diddy family. Like, he probably one up for me. Like, what? I got Puff old baby. Like, hey, Like, he probably felt.
I mean, but my thing is, who like. And this may be me being naive, but who's to say that like she dated both? Maybe she was around Diddy just due to proximity. Like I never seen them making out or anything.
Diddy seems like he. Listen, let me just say something about that.
I dated a mom and a dog before. It
happens. Can I just say something about that? Your moral compass is not good enough.
Yes, I'm out here in these streets. Yes, I'm out here, man. I
cut the clip up.
So basically, you said if Lori Harvey think like you, then you already know what type of lady she is.
Her stepdad wrote a book.
It's not the
fact. Like a lady, think like a man.
Oh, right.
I gotta buy that book. I gotta buy it for sure.
She come on. Look, we're not gonna act like there's not a world of double standard. First of all, I didn't know at first, but then I found out later that I was like, oh shit, this is your fucking night. I mean, I don't think they put it together, but I know.
I would just like to say that I think Diddy is a playboy, so I don't think we can even like put him in the equation. Just like I don't think we could really put Future in the equation.
And what is
just because, just because he put her name in a song, I don't really think you could really put any of them in the equation. I mean, look at Diddy now. He's supposedly dating Young Miami, City Girl, and he had another girl, which I believe was his ex. I'm not sure. They were like fighting over him on Twitter because she was also, and I believe it was at the Billboard Awards. It was some award show. I don't want to say the wrong thing. And she was there. She was like shouting him out because, you know, she was basically there because of him. And her and Young Miami were like in a whole out Twitter beef for like a split 2 seconds. What I'm trying to say is Diddy is a playboy, just like Future is a playboy. So we cannot add them to Lori's roster. She was looking for love in the wrong places. That's why.
You know what? That's what women say when they don't want to be accountable for the dick for the shit that they gave her. That is not that whole looking for love in the wrong places. Nah. Stop it.
She was looking for love in the high places.
You know what? That's why
in the high and wrong. They can be high places. Yeah, they can be high places and wrong places. Yeah. She was looking a high wrong place. Michael B. Jordan, he's in a high right place. There's a high wrong place and a high right place.
Yeah, it is. It's a high wrong and a high right.
Yeah.
In Hollywood, right? And I know these people they're above our pay grade and stuff like that, but they do the same things that people who got regular 9-to-5 jobs do. They just have it on a more grander scale. But can we stop acting like Young Miami and Lori Harvey and these women are chasing these dudes because they just like who they are as a person and their personalities and not their status in their bank accounts? Can we stop that?
Have the same way,
on the flip side, in the same way we could say, can we stop saying that these men are with them because of their own personality and not their beauty and the things that they bring into the table?
Their assets.
Well, how would, like, a lot of times what I would do is like I kind of conflate the whole Hollywood dating thing. And even like sometimes with athletes and things of that nature, I kind of liken it to, for lack of a better term, high school. Like the majority of people who dated in high school either dated someone in their high school or within their high school district. And I think in both cases, it's really just based off proximity. You're going to the same parties, you're going to the same dinners, you're going to the same restaurants. So you're kind of bound to run into the same people if you guys are in the same social circles. And when you're dating, you tend to choose between those social circles. So I'm sure there's some disingenuousness that goes on in Hollywood, but at the same time, it's like these are the people that you are around the most. So you are going to gravitate to them at some point in time, just like I said, just based off pure proximity.
Or
I agree.
Or let me just throw this out there. Or maybe we are being a lot more nice and not just giving and not just calling things what they are. Allegedly. Like we'll say allegedly, right? Could it be, and I'm just hear me out. Could it be that we just say we keep using the term dating, right? Rather than because it sounds better than escort.
Oh my gosh!
Could it let's be like, because here's the thing, right?
What sounds like escort?
Even in like the 1800s or the olden days, right? Women would have to, like, in order for a man to court you, you would actually have to have some sort of status or celebrity, even if they weren't in the mix of the proximity, right? So, correct. If you are not, if some of these women who have Instagram page, Instagram models, whatever, don't necessarily have the talent as far as a trade in order to get into those social circles. But as Giovanni would say, they have assets that would open the door to opportunities for them to get into those social circles. So guess what? They trade and bargain their assets in order to have access. And then with men, who is on your arm is a representation of you. So if you have a beautiful woman, look at Trump and Melania, right?
Oh wait, you get that. Hold on,
let me finish my point.
Go ahead. I think you got it. But what I'm saying is, I want you to expound on who you're talking about when you're talking about these women. Because previously we were talking about Young Miami, who's an artist. We're talking about Lori Harvey, who obviously is in those proximities due to her father. So what women are you talking about when you're specifically talking about quote unquote assets escorting such as?
Good question.
I'm talking about women who don't necessarily have mainstream talent. And no, Young Miami has some city girl songs and all sorts of stuff, but she doesn't have mainstream talent. Michael B. Jordan is a B to A minus actor. Like he's up there in that, like he's not A-list because he's not like Oscar. He's not like Will Smith or Denzel Washington, but he's one tier below that, ascending. He's an ascending A-list actor, right? Michael B. Jordan, if you wanted, can date probably any woman in Hollywood that is in ascension, right? In his realm, in his bracket, Lori Harvey, he is dating down. Would we all agree with that? He's dating down. She's dating up.
No, but listen, we're talking about, but it's the same thing. You're talking about getting access to those type of people. Just because you are dating a A-lister person doesn't mean that you have to be an A-lister person to have access to them. Her father is a A-lister, so she's gonna have access to those people.
Steve Harvey.
It's not like she snuck in the back door. You know what I'm saying?
No, but listen, Steve Harvey's not an A-list person. Steve Harvey also is not her actual father. He's a stepfather. There's a difference.
He raised her. Whatever. Semantics. He raised her.
It's not.
He raised her.
It's not semantics.
Stepfather. But she has the same access that a biological daughter would have. That's the point.
Mm.
Yeah,
it's not like she was like some straggler off the street. Like
no, she's not a straggler. I'm not saying that she's not a straggler. I'm not saying that she's not having a level of success
as her father is what I'm saying.
What I'm saying is that they are leveling up based upon who they date. Dating Future and dating Michael B. Jordan put you in a different class of type of person or people. There's a certain decorum that you gotta have about yourself when you date a Michael B. Jordan rather than when you're dating a rapper. Similar to Sierra, there's a similar decorum you got when you're dating Bow Wow to when you're dating Russell Wilson. You can't be all out here doing what you got to do. And I know, Alan, you sent me a video of her ass twerking. That's because she's comfortable now. She got kids. She got you know.
Well, she's in a great, healthy relationship. That's a great, healthy relationship she's in.
Well, to be fair, she was actually promoting her new song. Whilst working in the background.
Yeah, but ask yourself, was Sierra really ask yourself before she started dating Russell Wilson?
Yes. Was she really popping? Yes, no. She was. Let's not do that. 1, 2 step, my goodies, not my goodies. Don't do that, TJ. Sierra was a whole.
Well, here's
my whole high
thing.
School era. Don't do that, TJ.
Here's the thing. Oh, your high school. You know how long ago that was?
Don't play her. She got hits after hits after hits. Okay, and that's the same thing that people try to do with Little Bow Wow. They try to diminish him when he was a whole legend to an era. Okay, let me tell you something. I was one of them stans for Bow Wow. I was obsessed with him beyond anything that I could ever say, and we could just like talk about that on another day. But please, let's not diminish Sierra because and TJ, I'm very surprised because I feel like we're about the same age. Yeah. So it's usually the younger generation who tries to discredit people like Sierra, people like Usher, people like Little Bow Wow. It's usually the younger generation who does that. We're not going to do that with Sierra because she had hits after hits after hits. She made a name for herself.
Whoa. What are these hits? You're making it seem like she was Mariah Carey. Stop it.
Yo, you're really trying to play her right now, and I don't want no part.
Listen, Just because you voted for her on 106 in Park does not make her a legend. It does not make Ciara a legend. She had some hits.
First of all, I said she had hits. Many hits. Many hits.
Ciara?
I mean, I'm saying I can run them off. Like, I could do them.
Yeah, go ahead. I ain't never had nobody show me all the things that you didn't show me in a special way. I feel when you hold me, we gonna always be together, baby. That's what she told me, and I believe her. Come on.
Listen. Yeah, Ciara, she had some songs. I don't know. I didn't know she had a whole bunch of hits though. But
guess what? There's hits as an R&B hip hop artist, right? She wasn't A-list. She had some hits, but then there's that NFL corporate money, corporate status.
I disagree.
Who's a franchise quarterback? There's levels to this game, right?
I disagree.
She couldn't be.
Ciara's gonna make Russell though.
I just wanted to let y'all know that Ciara has 13 platinum singles.
Okay, thank you.
I'm not even getting into gold. Just platinum.
Just platinum.
Okay, but I'm talking. Okay, but her public image. Was it elevated or diminished after she dated Bow Wow and Future?
Well, first off, those are like,
yes or no question. Was her
no. You can't do that because that was like 7 years apart.
Listen.
That was 7 years apart, and it wasn't diminished at all. She came out with hits when she was with Bow Wow.
2012.
Right.
That's such a big gap.
No. She came out with hits when she was with Bow Wow. She came out with hits when she was with Future. And her whole relationship was highlighted, I guess, whatever. But that didn't stop her from making really good music. I would say now that she's with Russell, she has not really put out like a hit like that I really enjoy. But them hits back then, yeah, she was it. Let's not do that, TJ.
Now y'all gonna let me, hold on.
That's my opinion.
What are you looking at?
What we doing? Shoot, you want me to start singing? Because I will.
People have always tried to downplay Ciara. You know, when she first came out. People used to try to make it seem like she was half man. It was all
Yup.
But Ciara, she has overcome everything. And I think with Russell Wilson, she was.
When was Ciara's last platinum hit?
Ciara looked
2018.
Good. She's fine. She did that whole
2018
reenactment with
what song was that?
Jackson. Like, people respect Ciara. Now, Future looked like a dummy for disrespecting Ciara. That's what I would say. He looked like a dummy to this day for disrespecting Ciara. Yes.
And Ciara had the moves too.
When Ciara dated him, people were saying, "Now, Ciara, you know you can't keep up with Future." But I feel like she was a pretty girl, like pretty chic. I don't know. But honestly, I do feel like her dating Russell Wilson did not change her, but people view her in a more respected light. I do think that.
He elevated her.
She shines more. She's respected more. People not treating her like trash because when she was dating Future, people was treating her like,
wait a minute.
Like you a hood.
Thank you. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere.
I did do that, and I felt like when she dated Russell Wilson, it's a different class.
Or I'll put it to you this way.
It definitely is a different
class. But I'm saying Russell Wilson didn't make her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He made her, but
he may have brought out things that were hidden.
Did she start respecting herself more?
Who's
with Russell?
Wait,
yeah, I mean,
no. Who's to say that? Just because you
herself more?
No, just because the public treats her. Yeah, just because
I think exactly
doesn't mean she treated herself that way. We can't do that.
Exactly.
Also, I would also like to say there's a quote by a rapper.
I watch Star Wars and stuff, but I don't believe in. I've never believed in the Ciara fairy tale that we tell.
Alan got a quote for us.
So I know it is. I know you got a quote.
You're just not saying it in the right way. So you're thinking that a female who respects herself is not going to date Future. That's what you're saying.
I don't think a woman who's making sound decisions would sign up to be just the fourth baby mama to someone who is a notorious playboy.
Unless she thought she could change him.
Yeah.
And why would and just say you got.
So now you're saying when Ciara realized her worth, she
left. Exactly. She went with him knowing who I was.
What I am saying is who you are with says a lot about you.
It does.
It does, but sometimes
if you are out here singing about I can't leave him alone, I like them thong boys, them turn me on. Yeah, exactly, right? And then you meet one of them dudes who's like, yeah, I subscribe to that, and then you're like, damn, I got my feelings hurt.
Yeah.
Damn, he did me like he did all those other women.
You're human.
No,
yes, you can. No. Yes, you can, because you're human. You thought that you could change somebody based on who you are, because you're secure with yourself, and you thought that based on who you are, you could change somebody to be better. But it doesn't always work that way. So it didn't work that way with Future. That doesn't diminish her worth. TJ, bye.
No. When you have three damn examples, of that he's treated these three this way, you cannot then sit there after he treats you the fourth person like that and then say, whoops, I didn't know. I thought it can change him.
Yeah, it's possible. Unless you're in a situation that is similar, TJ, you can't say that, because sometimes women get into relationships with guys who sometimes they do put up a front. They do put up like there's something that they're really not. And a woman, okay, but and men fall for it just the same exact way that a woman falls for it. Okay, yes. Then, but that doesn't. But once she realizes that he's not what he was pretending to be, and she leaves because she knows her worth and she doesn't have to deal with it, and she knows that.
And honestly, when Sierra started dating Future at that time, Future had just kind of became a thing. Like Sierra was, already out.
Popping.
And that was another thing I felt like people was like, you dating Future? Like, Future? Really? So, no, Future, even though he kind of insinuates like, oh, he helped her make it, Sierra helped him make it too.
Not true. Yeah.
Sierra helped Future.
Sierra helped Future make it?
Yes, she did. Because
Sierra was already established.
Sierra was already established before she started dating Future. Future had just got high. I don't know. Maybe he dropped Purple Rain or something. I don't know what it was.
I'm not discounting the fact that when you date someone that they could possibly switch up for you, but they don't really. But to be honest, let's be honest with ourselves, men and women. Do people really switch up on you, or do you ignore the red flags?
They switch up on you. I've been in both situations.
I think it could be both. It could be both.
Yeah, it could be both. I've been in both.
But you have to be. But you have to be introspective and say, what is it about you, man or woman, that made you ignore these red flags to someone who had the propensity to switch up on you? Right?
Can you say that again? Because I think I have an answer for that.
Because I think sometimes even, and I'm guilty of it too. We have this idea of like, once someone does something to you, or they say, oh, this person switched up on me. Yeah, they might have switched up, but it's about your own personal accountability. Throughout the relationship or throughout whatever ordeal you are with that person, you saw some signs that you chose to ignore. Now, there's a difference between trying to invest in someone and saying you want them to do better. But Chris brings up a good point. A man is not going to change unless he wants to change. Adversely, I would say a woman is not going to change unless she really wants to change, right? And I will say this. Sometimes it's not about wanting to change, but who necessarily is the catalyst for that change. For instance, you ever be in a relationship where you're like, damn, I was with this person and they just was not doing right. Every time they wasn't doing right. But then that same person goes out and then they go with somebody else, and the next thing you know, they get married in 6 months and they good and they are perfect. It's because you wasn't the one. Because people, when you are in love with someone and you actually care about that person, you will be more introspective and say, you know what? If you really love someone, you're not going to want to see the person hurt based upon your actions. So they would be enough for you to say, you know what? I got to change my fucking behavior so that this person doesn't fucking hurt anymore. And if they don't or decide to, now it's not just behavior. Now it's a conscientious choice to continue the behavior that is hurting the person that they're actually fucking with. And so if you are the person that stays and continues to invest in that person, man or woman, right? Then when you get burned, you can't, at the end of the day, cry foul. You have to chalk it up to the experience and not just be like, oh, I was duped. Everybody's a fucking adult. Not everybody out here is being duped. We are making choices. And that's the only caveat of the situation that I'm talking about. It's that, oh, I didn't know, someone duped me. No one is conning anybody out here. We are making conscientious choices. We are the architects of our own future. Regardless if we make good choices, strong choices, bad choices, we are the ones that are making these fucking choices. And we are making a choice when you're with someone, you are making a choice to be with that person and count the cost of the bullshit that you are putting up with. Now, it's shame on yourself, and I'll put mine in it, shame on you for continuing to devalue yourself at the cost of taking on somebody else's bullshit. That's what I'm saying.
Well, so what you're talking about, go ahead.
So I'm not devaluing necessarily there. I'm talking about the lack of accountability that not just women, but men and people in general do when it comes to things that happen in their life. When things happen in your life, they happen because you have made choices for those things to fucking happen. And it's not because somebody else pulled the wool over your eyes when you're a full fucking adult. You got to sit there and be like, you know what? Take it on the chin. I think, you know what? And this is why the whole Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing is so fascinating to me, right? Because she's trying to be she's trying to file an appeal, right? After she lost her defamation case. Here's the thing. People don't know, people don't know when to take fucking L's. We don't know when to just say, you know what? I cared about this person. I did this, but guess what? I got to take an L. It ain't always about the other person and what they did and how they made you feel. And I can't believe it. No, because you know what that makes you look? It makes you look fucking silly to even complain about that. Because people are going to be like, well, you fucking picked them. You didn't have enough sense or wherewithal, or not just you or like him or her. You didn't have enough sense or wherewithal to make a better fucking choice for a mate or a partner. You're in the relationship. It's like if I had money and I'm putting that money into a bad stock. You saw the trends. That stock was going to fall, but you continued thinking and hoping and pleading that it was going to rise. No, it was a shitty stock and you made a bad investment.
You made a bad investment because you are naive. There are people, TJ, which you are neglecting to see. Excuse me, you had your turn to rant for an hour.
Go ahead.
There are people here in this world who are naive. There are adults who are naive because in order for you to recognize certain things, you have to go through certain experiences. And I can vouch for that because I'm one of those people. I am one of those people. I am 30-something, 20. I'm lying. I'm 20-something years old. And even until now, like, you know, there's things that I've had to learn in my adult life that I thought I knew that I didn't really know. So, you know, sometimes you might think that you know something, but you don't. So in order for you to know, you got to go through those experiences. So you can't really like sit here and generalize like a category of people and say like, you know, if you see the red flags and you choose to stay, it's because you knew. No, like sometimes you legitimately don't know. And you forget that there are manipulators, narcissists in this world that people actually fall for. So it makes you like rethink your reality. And sometimes what you think you know, you don't know because you're dealing with the narcissist. So it's not that somebody is staying because they know. Who's going to really, I mean, I'm sure there are people who do, but sometimes you legitimately don't know because you're manipulated. But as you grow older and the less naive you become, you know to look for certain things. and you know to move a certain way because of your experiences. I really feel like it depends on like how mature you are, how naive you are when it comes to relationships, because, and this is not for everybody, because obviously there are people who will still stay when there are red flags, but there are some people who legitimately don't know until they know.
I would just say this: men don't have the luxury to think like that.
Oh my God, that's not true.
I'm just being real. Like I told you, there's two differences: builders and babblers. No one wants to hear. No one gives a fuck about a man who makes a decision, or if a man was manipulated and stuff like that. You think like people feel sorry for Johnny Depp, but no one really gives a fuck. Like no one cared. Like Johnny Depp picked Amber Heard, so he went through the defamation. But now his fucking career in Hollywood has taken a stain because of who he's with. But nobody really wants. But still to this day, I mean, even if you look at the media coverage about the Amber Heard Johnny Depp situation, they clamored. They really wanted her. They're like, this bitch keep fucking lying. But we want to support her, but we can't because we know she's really fucking up the game because she's such a liar. You see what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, everybody, when it comes to Johnny, is like, yeah, Johnny, you know, that happened, whatever. But people are still like, yeah, but you picked her.
But wait, TJ, before you get into that, can you go ahead and just give us a background and a synopsis of this Johnny Depp situation that you're talking about?
Yeah, because I have something to say about what you just said. So yeah, good job,
Al. Well, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard actually had a defamation lawsuit where she wrote an article talking about the length of abuse that she was receiving in the relationship with Johnny Depp, and he said that it actually took a hit on her career. But this week, a jury, found Johnny Depp. They believed him on all counts of the defamation of the lawsuit. So he won the lawsuit, and I believe he won about $15 million from him. He was suing for 50, but they gave him 15. And then she also won a partial of a defamation against not Johnny Depp, but one of his lawyers had said something publicly where they felt like the lawyer's statements were defamatory. But the way the media is spinning, not this media where we do big J journalism, but the other media are trying to spin it as if it was like it was a tie. Oh, Amber Heard and Johnny Depp both won the defamation lawsuits. No. They found Johnny Depp. They said Amber Heard was defamatory towards Johnny Depp's career, but Amber Heard, that was more so Johnny Depp's attorney. But even after losing in grand old fashion, like it was like 21 skunk sweep for Johnny Depp, she is still countersuing for damages. So that was the state of the Johnny Depp case. This picture right here should be hung up in barbershops all across America.
Gosh.
It should be there right next to The Last Supper. It should be hanging up in barbershops, just like the little the shack picture where all the black folks dancing. It should be one of those. This should be an iconic photo. Should be hanging up. But I believe the Johnny Depp situation shines light for victims, because a lot of and what victimhood actually means. A lot of time when you think about domestic violence, or you think about abuse or being manipulated or narcissist, you always think about it from the prism of a woman's perspective. And you don't think about it that men actually go through this thing. This woman was so bold to tell Johnny, hey, because they know the game and they know the system. She was so bold to tell Johnny, yeah, Johnny, you go out here and you do it. You go and tell them that I abuse you and blah, blah, and I'm paraphrasing. You go ahead and say it. And he's recording her like, all right, well, yeah. Because he knew. And it probably took him longer to say something because he knows the system is like, I got to count the cost of if I go public with this, it could turn around on me. But it took it to get really fucking bad before he decided, all right, I got to leave her and I got to say this. And then when she went public, he was like, you ain't leaving me no choice because now you're affecting my livelihood. And that's why he filed the defamation lawsuit.
Also,
but yeah, she has fractured that belief or that campaign slogan of believe all women. No one gender should be believed universally, even when it comes to abuse. And that's where the idea of, who victims are. And, it should be, if you're going to say believe all victims, I get that, right? Let victims tell their stories. But when you're just like, oh, believe all women. If a woman says something, just believe it. That discounts a lot of shit and a lot of victims who are males. And then if you want to look at people who are in LGBTQ relationships where there's two male partners. You see what I'm saying? So, which, it happens. So, shout out to Johnny Depp.
Well, wait. I think we need to be clear.
Giving more voice. Go ahead.
I think we need to be clear that this trial was a defamation trial, right? So essentially, what she got, for lack of a better term, in trouble for is
saying things that aren't true in the public eye.
Not necessarily, because the trial wasn't if Johnny Depp was abusive or not. I think even within the trial, there was talks of, I guess, quote unquote, mutual abuse. So I don't want to misrepresent it and say that Johnny Depp was on trial for abuse publicly, because he wasn't on trial for abuse. Untrue. He wasn't on trial for abuse. That wasn't what this trial was.
No, I didn't say he was on trial. I'm telling you what
that's what I'm saying. I just don't want to misrepresent it, because there were things that came out in the trial that did even back up her claims of abuse.
No, but that's not what the decision is. That's
I know, but we're talking. But that's what I'm saying. I just don't want to.
I'm trying to explain
over that. Right? So we can't say, especially like when it comes to like believe all victims. I don't want to like dismiss her victimhood, because that's not.
She doesn't have victimhood. That's what I'm telling you.
That's not what we don't trial here.
I'm telling you what the trial was about, right? When you present to the jury, right, in a defamation lawsuit, you went out publicly and said, this happened to me by the hands of Johnny Depp, right? Johnny Depp is saying, no, the hell it did it. And you said this publicly. This is defamatory because now I have a loss. Defamation, you have to have a loss, right? Whether it's slander or libel, right? Slander is something that is said. Libel is something that is written, right? But it's under the umbrella of defamation, right? Mm-hmm. So he now has to say, hey, judge, jury, she said these things are untrue. She has to now prove, hey, these things happened. This was the history of accounts in the relationship and the abuse that I suffered. And that's what makes the statements that I wrote true. The jury told her, hey, go pound sand. We find in the favor of him on all counts, right? So now when you take it to a jury to say these things happened, it's the preponderance of the evidence. They now have the evidence of what she presented as far as the abuse, and what they said as a jury based upon the ruling and the decision is, we don't believe you. Because they found it, he won on all counts, not some. So we can't say, oh yeah, her thing is validated, because no, that's not what the jury's decision was. Now, when it comes to what she did win that one of Johnny Depp's attorneys said something publicly against her, and she countersued to say, you said something against me that was defamatory. And they said, yes, we believe that what this person said on his team, that was defamatory for you, and you are entitled to damages. That's what it's saying. So when she says anybody can claim anything, right? But once you go to court, like, she didn't press criminal charges on him, but she presented, hey, this was the abuse that I was getting for me to write what I wrote in the op-ed about the abuse I received in my relationship. The ruling was, we don't believe you. Because if they believed any of that stuff was going on, she would have been justified to write the article about the abuse that she was receiving from him if they believed one thing. They said, we don't believe nothing you're saying, so you defamed his character, you have to pay him damages. That's what it was about. So we can't say, oh, well, she did suffer too. Not according to the jury.
Listen. I read something. Well, and I guess this is verdict aside. I mean, supposedly there was proof of abuse on Johnny's side as well, which is the only reason.
She shit in that man's bed. She should have lost right there.
What happened?
She shit in his bed. She should have lost it right then and there.
I don't know.
That's a real thing. That's a real thing.
I believe it.
In his bed.
I believe it. I just want to make sure that my only point was,
Giovanni, could a man get you that mad when you take a dump in his bed, or would you just leave?
I know. Come on, I mean, I'm not even gonna think about that. I was gonna leave.
I'm not gonna ask Jesse because I'm sure.
Yeah, she might do it on his face. Okay.
Like, well, I had some bubble guts, and there wasn't a bathroom in sight, and so I had to go. Yes, they know she's a problem. She's crazy, so I'm sure she would have made some excuse. Listen, when a woman has her things going on, and she's not feeling well, and she has the bubble guts. Sometimes I wash the sheets afterwards, so I'm not responsible that if I had to go to the bathroom.
All right, well, first of all, I would never, okay? Never, okay? Listen, there's other things that I honestly, you guys, and I don't know if I should say this on air, but I'm kind of like a weakling. Like, it takes me a lot to do a lot. Like, the worst thing I think I've ever done was like throw somebody's sneakers out the window. And then I felt like really bad after doing that. But like, you have to get me to a place for me to get to a place. But shitting on somebody's bed is not one of those places.
You hear what? Did y'all hear it?
I would never. Like, I would do. Like, listen, I would even like slash it. I've never done it, but I would slash a tire or break a window before I shit on somebody's fucking bed.
Listen,
like,
that's
on another level. Like, I'm sorry. No.
Giovanni and Alan, did you hear it? Did you hear what Jesse said?
What did I say?
You have to get me to the place. Not
that place. I honestly don't feel like I would ever do anything like that. Like dead ass. Yeah, absolutely.
No,
absolutely.
You make decisions.
But shit on somebody's bed, that's a whole different level. Like, I don't think I could ever do that to nobody. That's weird. But yeah, you gotta get me to a place as in for me to do something crazy. Like, I don't know, like I said, break a fucking window. But I'm not. That's like on a different type of crazy, and I'm not at that level yet.
Yeah. Leave the toxicity. Lord,
I would like to know, like, what floor did you throw the sneaker out of? The second floor?
And did you replace it?
Hell, fuck no. Then nothing happened to them damn sneakers. Okay, they just fell out the windows. Like, if you jumped out the window, you're just fine. The same thing happened to the sneakers. Like,
I was just not be fine after jumping out window.
You threw someone's property outside the window and didn't. Did you get any damage?
It was the second floor. It wasn't even.
Okay, yeah, that sounds like. Look
at no. Like, girl, just stop.
Listen. No, what I'm trying to say is I'm definitely not that, like me. Like I said, you got to get, and I don't think I've ever been at that level, so I can't really speak on people who have been at that level. But I've been at that level where I felt like I would throw your sneakers out the window, but I wouldn't throw your TV out the window. And I'm not trying to go to jail for ruining your property. Like, you can just go. You can go, because what I'm about to do is going to hurt you 10 times more. And I don't need to destroy your property to do that. That's between me and the person who hurts me. Let them do that. They're going to find out. It's going to hurt. I promise you that. But what I'm trying to say is, like, no, like, to shit on somebody's bed, like, I'm sorry. That's a whole different level that I'm not on. And I'll be honest about it. I'm not on that level.
But you said you might do something a little bit worse, though.
But it's in you. That's
I mean, I feel like worse is like breaking your door or your car or your car window. It's like throwing your TV out the window. It's like bleaching your favorite sneakers if you're a sneakerhead. It's like messing up your Xbox if you're a video game head. It's like, destroying your headphones, like shit like that means the most to you. Like, that's what I'm talking about. But shitting on somebody's bed, I feel like that you just put it in like your DNA or whatever the fuck it is on somebody else. And that's just like, no, that's for the toilet. I don't know. That's just nasty. Like, that's something a dog would do, and I'm not a fucking dog.
I want you to understand. I want you to understand the privilege that that you have, because she doesn't even know the privilege that she has. Neither Alan or I could get on this podcast and say, look, I wouldn't throw your shit out the window, but I might just do some damage or other shit, they would be like, oh, this nigga crazy. Oh no, we don't have that privilege.
Nah, if you were to say, oh, I would smack the bitch, like, yeah, okay, but I'm not saying I would put my hands on nobody or nothing like that. But what is that saying? What is that saying? Because I'm pretty sure you guys are all smart on this podcast. But what is it? Something about a woman scorned. There's a saying for that.
Hell have no fury
like a woman scorned, and that is facts. Yo, you break a woman's heart, especially somebody who's been nothing but like loyal to you and who's done everything for you.
You broke somebody's heart to say?
Yes.
No. I mean, I broke somebody's heart in the sense of a dance contest, but or maybe more than that. But I've always broke hearts in a compassionate, kind way. I've never broke hearts in like, yeah, motherfucker, a devious way. Never. I mean, I think. And if I had broke your heart, in a devious way, please come forth.
Come to the podcast
and let me know so we can talk about it.
I would. Oh my God, I would love
what publicly. That would be the greatest.
Publicly,
the greatest
what?
thing.
I would love to. Yo, if I had broke anybody's heart, I would love for them to come into the podcast.
Giovanni, look how sweet Giovanni is. Giovanni, I know Giovanni broke some hearts. She's like, look, nigga, it's not working out. I know she has. Look at that. Don't let that sweetness fool you. Giovanni tell you too. I think Giovanni have a PowerPoint. She'll have look. I didn't gave.
And this is why.
I was breaking hearts.
Listen, sometimes it be like that. And it's not like you intentionally mean to break somebody's heart. But sometimes there's circumstances. But there's people who break hearts legitimately just for being an asshole.
Yeah, it's just so nasty. Like,
yeah,
and there's some people who just won't let stuff go. Like,
won't
let the relationship go and still want to break your heart. Like,
yes.
You know,
like, just leave me alone.
Like, right.
Well, listen, the philosopher Aubrey Graham once said, hearts never break even. You know what I'm saying? So
that's true.
That normally means at some point in time, anytime that there's a split between two people, there's one person that initiates it,
That's true.
Where both come to an agreement. A lot of times it's one person that wants it, one person that does it. Sometimes it's blindsided. So, a lot of times heartbreak isn't necessarily malicious. So I definitely agree with that.
Did Aubrey Graham say that, or did the phrase say that? Hearts never break.
Well, I heard it from Aubrey, so I didn't hear it before that. So I'll give him credit.
I'm going to let you know who really said it.
I agree with baby daddy. If you are not, listen, and maybe we can just do that and start. And I guess I'll start off the moral of the story. If you are not going to love someone the correct way or how they need to be loved, not how you love them and how they make you feel. If you are not going to love someone the way that they need to be loved, leave them the fuck alone. Don't leave them alone where they can't walk away from you. You need to leave them alone when you come to the realization that whatever standard that they have for their life or how they want to be loved, you can't meet. Leave them the fuck alone. Life is hard enough where you stop fucking with people because you selfishly want to hold on to someone or something that you're not responsible to actually have, nor do you have the value for it. So that's my moral of the story. If you're not going to love someone correctly, if you're not going to be a good friend to someone correctly, if you're not going to be a good helpmate or actually be a partner or whatever, you should leave them the fuck alone. Because people out here trying to drink their water, trying to have some personal growth, trying to have some personal healing. And the reason why motherfuckers got to go to therapy is because there are people that don't go to therapy. That's a saying that I saw on social media. It's very true. There are some really great people out here, and I don't doubt that, right? But there's truth to what you're saying, Jesse, about, if someone gets me to that point, it's like, yeah, I get that. Because at some point, you can love a person so much, not where you lose yourself, but you can outlove a person over yourself.
Yeah, right? That's true.
When you're loving someone so fucking much, where you're just like, damn, am I loving you at the expense of the love that I have for myself. And it's not a selfish, self-centered type of love. It's like, damn, I know my value. I love this person. And at some point, your love, when you realize I implore and I charge people to know your limits and know when your love is not enough before it's too fucking late. And that's a hard pill to swallow. And yes, it fucking sucks. And yes, you can be mad at the other person and say, yo, you should leave them before if you know you're not going to love them right. But sometimes, and I charge anybody to really look and say, look, if they're not loving you correctly, leave them the fuck alone. Because it fucking hurts. It hurts. People are human beings out here. It hurts when you love someone and you realize, as much as you do, the love that you have for this person is not enough for them to fucking change or for them to, because anybody that loves you, and I'll say this to the ladies on here, and I'll say it to my man Alan, and I'll say it to anybody listening. No one who loves you is going to continue a behavior that they know is causing you pain. That is not fucking love. I'm sorry, y'all, but go ahead. Y'all go
That's true. I agree. I agree with you 100%.
Well, I didn't really have a rebuttal, but I had a question. But I forgot. It was the moral of the story, so I'll say.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, ask your question.
No. I was gonna say just in regards to the statement, if someone that says they love you are not gonna do something that continues to hurt you, what if that action is them prioritizing themselves? You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I feel like there's collateral damage when you're prioritizing yourself. If someone expects a certain behavior of you that someone expects a certain behavior of you that may be detrimental to themselves. So sometimes people choose themselves and as a result end up hurting also people that they love, but it may not necessarily be intentional.
Can I answer that?
No, yeah, I was gonna say that's not the majority of the time, but sometimes it does happen. But yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that happens.
No one does, and I
was only thinking about that because that's what Giovanni was saying earlier.
And I'm guilty of this too because I've done this. The boy I was turned me into the man I am today.
Period.
But guess what? The women who I've dated in my past, no one deserves to be the casualty to your maturation process.
Facts.
I like that.
You need to be by yourself to deal some healing by yourself before you go out there and say that you are going to be someone else's. I don't think people talk about that enough when it talks about what it means to be someone's fucking partner. Do you understand how tough it is and how hard it is in this world? And when someone looks at you and says, hey, they love you and they're going to be your partner, that means they're going to be your teammate. Like that is something. And when you're talking about whether it's your past, your trauma, your likes, your dislikes, these are investments. You are giving someone something that you are trusting that they are going to cherish. And when you are cherishing it, they are understanding that I have a sense of relationships are not about just love. That's bullshit. Relationships are about a sense of duty, a sense of service to each other. So if you are not in servitude to each other and you are choosing yourself above the actual union, well, then you need to be single and independent because you cannot be independent and be a part of a fucking union.
That's true.
That's an oxymoron. That is an independent mindset. So what that means is you are being a taker. You are taking the benefits of a union. You are getting life poured into you where you have no intentions of pouring into somebody else. That makes you selfish. That makes you self-centered, and that doesn't make you a partner. That makes you a spectator to someone else's pain. And it fucking hurts a lot. It fucking hurts.
That's true.
And it's not okay.
I agree.
Right.
I feel like you should not get into no relationship. Go ahead, Jay.
We definitely right here with you. Like, it's not okay.
Yeah. So
no, it's not okay, and it has to be talked about.
I agree.
I mean,
you should not.
About it's not
union,
okay.
Union and teamwork. All of that is not a individual. It's not an individual action. It's not an individual thought process. It's not an individual mindset. I'm saying that's what being a team really is. Giovanni, what's your moral of the story?
Well, that just brought a whole new I think my moral of the story today would be something that I feel like I always have to tell myself, like when we're dealing with different people in relationships, it's just a simple fact of like, I matter. And so my moral of the story would be to the Soapbox Nation who is listening today: you matter, you matter, you matter. And you have to be able to understand, like I was talking about on my social media today, when you know that you're moving with pure intentions, you can't worry about how certain things are going to unfold, because you always have to know that they're going to unfold in a way that is beneficial to you. So just keep moving with good intentions and let people be them. Like, one thing that we cannot worry about on this earth is if people are being real to us. We just have to make sure that we are being real to ourselves and being real to them. So I let people do that. You want to do all that and faking and all that? That's on you and your conscience. They ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm gonna keep moving. I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna be right, because I know I'm covered. And
that's right.
I believe in karma. So
Amen.
That's how I look at some things. It's just like karma gonna bite everybody in the ass who deserves it.
That's true.
I agree.
Period.
All right. Jesse, more of the story.
What's poppin'? I'm gonna go with what TJ was saying. First of all, I seen a meme on Facebook like about maybe like a year or two ago that says something like, people be getting into relationships when they really need an exorcism. And like, honestly, if you're not ready to be in a relationship because you got things that you got to deal with, stop being selfish and getting into a relationship just because you want companionship. You need to find peace within yourself before going into somebody's life expecting peace from them when you can't even find peace within yourself. Stop going into people's lives and ruining it for them because of your own insecurity, because of your own trust issues, because of your own problems. It's not fair. Because sometimes you find that person who's like, yeah, like, I'm ready for a relationship and this is really what I want. But deep down inside, you have so much issues that you can never truly be happy, because what the other person is doing, every little thing is going to bother you if you're bringing up shit from your past. You got to remember, not everybody is the same. And sometimes you really do that. You bring up past traumas into new relationships because you might think that the person is the same. And sometimes, yeah, it is a defense mechanism. It's a way of you protecting yourself. But you got to remember that not everybody is the same. And you're never going to know that unless you truly heal, unless you truly learn. You get rid of that, all that, naivenesses, which is not a word, whatever. But until you truly like understand self and your experiences, stop trying to bring your old experiences into your new experiences, because sometimes you truly might let a good person go because of what you had to deal with in your past when it has nothing to do with the new person. So heal first before you get into a new situation. That's my moral of the story.
All right. Appreciate all three of y'all and all three of y'all moral of the stories. I am just going to, my moral of the story before we dip out of here is, and I'm just taking this from all three of my co-hosts, like, you can't treat humans like inanimate objects. You can't treat humans like video games. I understand we all have this saying, everything is, if it's a blessing, if it's a lesson, but at the same time, you got to always understand and keep other people's emotions, heart, and soul in mind before you just try to treat them like the next stepping stone to the next level in life. There are other ways to elevate and become a better person without it being at the expense of people who did not volunteer to be that for you. You know what I'm saying? So that's all more for the store tonight. I know we ended a little bit earlier, but NBA Finals is on, man. I know y'all.
Yes, go Celtics.
I don't know about all that. I know y'all want to go see the Warriors and the Celtics. As y'all know, Jesse is in Massachusetts, so the city is on fire. Also, speaking of the Soapbox, from what I have been speaking with my co-host about, is going to be in a city near you. When I say in a city near you, we're doing some individual traveling this summer. Maybe we'll share where we'll be at. Maybe we won't. But Soapbox Nation, please feel free to let us know where you at, where you're located. If you want to see someone, and if we are around, we'll be sure to make sure to link up. You know what I'm saying? Drinks on y'all, though, because we are still
Period. I'll buy one drink for somebody.
I cannot commit to that. Drinks on y'all. So for myself, for Jesse, for Giovanni, for TJ, we are the Soapbox Nation. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see y'all next week. Peace, love, hair grease.
Anything. Tell them what we talking about. Anything. Tell them what we talking about. Anything. Anything. Anything.